What's good, everyone? It's your boy Sales back again with another Fire Emblem Heroes video, and today we did a vote on my story, and it seems that you guys were pretty literally 50-50 on whether a stats in video form or stats in story form. So I'm assuming the people in story form just want a TLDR. So I'm gonna put the stats on the screen really quickly so you guys can just kind of gander at it, and if you guys want to just click off right here and there, that's cool. But without further ado, here are the stats, and then I'll break it down. Alright, we're back. We're back. Okay, cool. So if you guys are still here, that means you guys actually want to kind of hear my input and some further details on the units. So let's start with the stars of the show, Duo Sigurd, who is with Deirdre. And I must say that I really do have affinity for Sigurd because he carried really hard. If you guys remember back when Horse Emblem was in full power, Sigurd was at the forefront of Horse Emblem. He was up there with Reinhardt because he was just so annoying to kill. And even today, he's still if you run into what I'm trying to say, if you run into a really good Sigurd, then especially in this age where damage reduction, he was the OG damage reduction tank. So Sigurd is actually still really good. But enough of that. So Sigurd is a 147 BST cavalry unit with attack and res super boons and HP and def super banes. And you may say that's kind of trash. That's down there, I think, with Shigure. I think Shigure is the only dancer who has BST that terrible. But you have to remember that he's a cav and a dual unit. So he's a dancer that has 3 movement on top of the fact that he scores 185 BST. So the fact that he has 147 BST doesn't mean diddly squat because he has that inbuilt dual effect. And when you consider everything in his kit, that he just is probably going to hit like a nuke because his tome is 14, it's a +3, so that puts us 17. His weapon gives another 5. So yeah, he's has an effective 20+ smite tome. On fact of the fact that it has damage reduction on top of that. Yeah, and that his dual skill lets him use reposition pretty much, and then on top of that still dance afterwards. This guy's going to be absolute cancer. I don't think he's going to be better than Legendary Azura because the AI can't use dual skills, so I think Legendary Azura will still be good in that sense, that she's a good AI unit. But in the hands of the player, oh my god, Sigurd is just going to be a demon. Next we have Quan, and I'm sorry. I know I've pissed off artists a lot on my page, and when people find that I'm an artist myself, they just find it even more of a reason to hate me because I don't know. I'm not a very, I don't know. I don't want to. I know that there are a lot of things that I do that piss off artists, but I don't know. I kind of taught myself how to draw, so I never really interacted with other artists before, so I don't know. I know I do a lot of things that piss them off, so I hope this isn't one of them. But this art is just so, I don't want to say it's bad because it's not bad art, but it just looks have you ever seen those banner trolls, when people make fake banner units and then they'll do the art or whatever? It looks like one of those. I said the same thing for Lewin. When Lewin released, I literally was half asleep, And then I looked at him. I was like, this is like one of those troll banners. I went back to sleep. And then I woke up, like my sub box was full of new units announced last night. I was like, wait, that was real? That's how I feel with Quan. Like, I cannot get into him. His art style is just so weird. His portions just look off to me. Like, I know I'm just going in on Quan right now, but he is a flying archer, which are my favorite. Well, it started from the Kenshi Knights, but that is my favorite class in Fire Emblem. So he's cool in that regard. But in terms of his stats, Quan is a 157 blue flying archer with an attack super bane and a def super boon. Which, I mean, I guess like a dancer's primary job is to just survive, right? So that means that's why Sigurd is going to be so good, because not only can he nuke, but he's also going to be very hard to kill, just like his base form. And it doesn't matter how little damage you do as a dancer, because you're using your turns to dance the team. You're not using your turns to attack. So as long as you can like make yourself like a meat shield or like a tank to just not die, you're gonna be a pretty good dancer. And which is why like the guard bearing built into all these units weapons is so good, because that just helps the whole playstyle of just not dying. So I think that plus def is going to be really nice for him. I don't see too many people plus 10 this dude, but hey, he's an option. He's there, but I don't see him being a very popular dancer. Next we have Lachesis, Lachesis. I think it's Lachesis. I think that's how you say her name. Honestly, I don't care how you say her name, because this is my least favorite dancer in the entire game. Like, I really love her voice actor. Like, her voice actress, she just sounds so mature, so full of herself. Like, in her game, she's like this completely amazing character. She's able to hold her own. She turns down men that she thinks are weak. Like, she is a strong, independent woman. So the voice actress really hit it on the head. But you look at her in Heroes, and she looks like a lolly, like this. Senpai, can you please, senpai, please. In Heroes completely ruined the character for me. So I'm glad that she looks a little more elegant in this art. I need to look at the more like the rest of her arcs. I know the art was released as well, but that really took it out of me for her art at least. But the unit itself, Ethlyn, is a 158 flying green dagger. Yes, flying green dagger. Who has... Oh wait, I said that wrong. I was looking at the wrong unit. So my bad. Lachesis is a 157 green dagger unit who has HP and speed super banes and an attack super boon. So she's at that point of speed where, I mean, I guess you can speed build her if you want, but the whole point of this banner, it looks like they're trying to make these units fast-ish, but not like too fast, but it's weird because they have to get doubled. So like 27 speed is not good by any means, but you get plus speed, that's 30, refine her, that's 32, give her a good probably like darting stance, like double darting stance, that's like in the 40s. With the buff they can get up to 50s with drive support. Like, she can get pretty fast very quickly. So don't let the 27 fool you, because you can actually speed stack. I have seen like Ethunes like literally hit 70 speed, like armored Adun, like base armored Aduns. I ran into one that had 70 speed, and not even my fastest unit that like caps at like 60 base speed could even double that thing. So yeah, I'm really having a hard time seeing where having high res and high attack is going to be useful for like a dagger unit. I mean, the one thing that I guess is good for being a dagger is that she can run those AR trap skills. I think it's called disarm trap. That's cool for like ether raid stuff because I mean, mostly pretty much everyone's dancer skill is always going to be wings of mercy. Although I personally like escape route because my dancers, I like them to like at least fight like probably once, and then after that they can just warp around the entire map and make her like a warping singing Azura like back in Fates. I've always been a fan of escape route, but I know I'm in the vast minority for that group of skills. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I have a hard time seeing like where Lachesis is going to do something, but I mean I'm pretty sure that she can work. She's serviceable. I just don't see her being like the next great amazing dancer, if that makes sense. And last but certainly not least, we have Ethlyn, a 158 colorless flying dagger unit, which everyone pointed out to me how wrong I was that air isn't the only one. I got so many DMs of people letting me know that Kagura's another colorless flying unit, and she was like the first one actually, and then there's Camilla as well. Like thanks guys. You guys won't let me live that down, but no, I really appreciate you guys letting me know because there are over 500 heroes in this game and it's impossible to remember them all. So having you guys like just remind me of that type of stuff, it helps me stay sharp. So appreciate everyone who let me know. I'm just poking at I'm just poking at you guys. But anyway, Ethlyn, they just they just hate Ethlyn. Oh my god. So Ethlyn is a 158 flying colorless dagger unit with super banes in HP, speed, def, and res. No super boons. What did Ethlyn do to the interns and the devs at Intelligence Systems? Oh my god. Like, look at those offenses. She is just clearly like Dorothea for a little bit had like the title of the best offensive dancer in the game, and Ethlyn just spread out her legs and took a huge dump on that because oh my gosh, I even built a Dorothea and I feel bad because some of Dorothea was like the queen. Ethlyn is just like get out the way, because if you want an offensive dancer, this is it. She's a flyer, which flyers are like starting to come up in the world, so she can run those new rain skills that Claude introduced. She can run, like I just said, disarm trap for ether rays. She can be in flyer balls. She can have aerobatics. She can have ground orders. She just out damages Dorothea. Like, sure, Dorothea can use things like special spiral and impact skills. Wait, no, Flash can use impact skills too. So yeah, I mean, infantries can use pretty much everything under the sun. Obviously, they can use lulls as well. So I guess that Dorothea still has an advantage in that. But Ethlyn is just wow. And I mean, yeah, Dorothea has a super boon and attack, I believe. So she has better boons. And Ethlyn, you literally have to get a merge on Ethlyn because one of those is going to be a super, like, unless you don't take plus attack, unless you just take minus attack and plus something else, which I know you're not going to do. One of those, like, yeah, you literally have to take minus attack because every other minus is a super bane, which is just wow. That is kind of scummy, but that's Ethlyn, ladies and gentlemen. Your new best offensive dancer in the game. I think it's really a toss-up between her and Dorothea, now that I think about it, because having access to all the broken infantry skills is really good, but flyers are like a very strong second place at this point, especially when you get more of those rain skills. Like I feel like that's perfect for a dancer, and ground orders is such a good tool, especially with aerobatics too, where you can just warp into your allies, like I think it's very clearly that if you want an offensive dancer, it's either Summer Dorothea or it's Ethlyn. So if you didn't get Dorothea, definitely scoop up Ethlyn because she's going to be up there. I think like her and Sigurd are the winners of this banner. And I typically don't do GHB or temperature trial units when their stats come out because they're just neutral anyway, and their IVs don't really matter. But tomorrow we're getting the IV mangoes, so I'm gonna start doing those as well. So Eldigan is a 162 Lance Flyer with an attack super boon and speed and res super bane. And let me just say, 38 attack that can go to 42. This man is going to be so good, especially with that lance. Like, sure, his res is a dump stat, just like his base form, but wow. And if you merge him up, he's like a dancer that doesn't even need a dual skill. And I will tell you, as someone who uses a dancer in arena, the fact that my racing has to run a dual skill is just so why. Like, if you don't have to run dual skills, then my racing would be so much better. For comparison, Racing has 150 BST and this guy has 162. Like, it is not even close as to like how, like, sure, you can still run a dual skill because you won't hit 170, but like that at that point it's so minimal, like why even bother? So I'm actually very tempted to like make it my next +10 project because I've been looking for a project for a while now. I'm sitting on 2,000 grails, just sitting here wondering who my next +10 should be. And I don't know. I'd like to do Flame Emperor, but I hate armors. And now they have Brave Edelgard and spoilers, Ephraim, who I think just took... I literally think that Ephraim just killed Edelgard on arrival. Like, I don't see... If you want an Axe armor, I don't see any reason why you would pick Edelgard over Ephraim, unless you just personally like Edelgard more, which is completely fine. But I think Ephraim was just the clear winner at this point. But that's besides the point. So yeah, those are your dancer units, and let me guys know what you guys think. If you guys like this style, this is a lot longer than I intended it to be, which I was kind of anticipating what happened because when I talk, I kind of ramble a little bit, which I guess that's why people want it to get like a story, because I'm like literally limited to space, so I have to say TLDR. But hopefully the people that wanted the TLDR got that in the first 20 minutes. I mean, in the first 15, 20 seconds of the video. And you other guys got like a little more information, a little more in-depth of my thoughts. So let me know how you guys enjoyed this format, and if you guys like it, I'll do more in the future. And if not, we'll stick to the story stuff. But either way, thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it to the end, comment Lachisa sucks. And that's gonna let me know that you guys watched to the end. But until next time, later. Oh, also let me know if you guys are polling, because I have been hearing so many mixed reviews from Genealogy fans. Some are just so glad that y'all finally got in like a seasonal banner, and some of you guys are like pissed. So I just want to know where the general census is, because I have no idea where Genealogy fans stand right now. But with that said, I'm about to get up out. Until next time, deuces.